Welcome to your flipped classroom video about flipping your classroom. A flipped classroom is a unique teaching model using hybrid course design where lectures are viewed outside the class and homework becomes classwork. Typically, in a flipped classroom, teachers will prepare and use video, ask the students to view it at home, and follow up with a time for questions, comments, discussion, and projects that allow students to show what they've learned. The main goal of a flipped classroom is to encourage active learning, engage students, and allow them time to apply what they've learned. Let's take a look at how a traditional classroom compares to a flipped classroom.
Every day, 7.2 million students walk into classrooms throughout the United States. These classrooms generally look the same. 30 students sit in rows of desks, taking notes in their notebooks, while the teacher stands at a whiteboard and teaches a lesson. Regardless of ability level, each student receives the exact same information at the exact same pace. As Ms. Jackson presents the same material, students respond differently. Tommy gets it, while Allison is bored, and Maria is lost. At the end of the day, these same students head home. While at home, they sit at the kitchen table doing their homework and trying to remember what Ms. Jackson said. Students like Tommy make it most of the way through the homework, while others, like Allison, find it easy and fly through it. At the same time, students like Maria get frustrated and need some extra help. Ms. Jackson recognizes that students have different needs and would love to work individually with each student, but this requires time and resources that her school does not have. One solution to this problem is the flipped classroom. Here's what it looks like. While at home, students sit in their rooms watching videos of the lesson that Ms. Jackson assigned. Tommy is still able to work at his normal pace. Allison is no longer bored because now she can use this new technology to fast forward through the easy material. And Maria is no longer frustrated because she can review the material that she didn't understand by pausing and reflecting. When she really gets stuck, she can get help from her classmates. New technology platforms like Moodle and Edmodo make it easy for her to chat online with her classmates. Just as the homework is different, the classroom is different as well. Instead of standing in front of the room speaking, Ms. Jackson walks around the room. She checks in with Tommy as he works collaboratively with some students. She pushes Allison further with some more challenging work. And she helps Maria with the pieces that she still doesn't quite get to. In the traditional model, the teacher stands between the students and the knowledge. But with the flipped classroom model, students have direct access to the knowledge, and the teacher serves as a coach, mentor, and guide, helping the students access this knowledge. The flipped classroom leverages technology in a way that lets both Ms. Jackson and the students make the most of their time and efforts.
It should be obvious after watching that video that a flipped classroom is much more student-centered, and the teacher is used more as a resource. Students can learn at their own speed and are challenged with a variety of different tools. And because the teacher is not helping everyone at the same time, he or she can work with the students who really need their attention. With the help of technology, students can not only access the materials, but they also have access to their peers and are encouraged to ask questions and collaborate with each other. In addition, because so much material is online, parents have access and can help monitor their child's performance and stay in tune with what's happening in his or her classroom. Despite its positive framework, no new theory comes without its drawbacks. One of the most obvious questions is what about the child who doesn't have internet access? This can create what is known as a digital divide. Along with this comes the missed opportunities to ask questions and get instant feedback from a peer. Many also argue this is another example of fewer person-to-person interactions and more time in front of a screen. Another obvious concern is, what about teachers that aren't as proficient with technology as their students might prefer? And yet another knock against the flipped classroom has to do with trust. Teachers must trust that the students are doing and understanding the work. At its core, with today's technology, creating a flipped classroom can be done at nearly no expense. Many computers today have built-in cameras and microphones, as do most digital portable devices and cell phones. Additionally, many schools purchase hardware for their teachers to use, which could also be utilized. While many of the freebies may not win you any awards, they'll at least get you started. Other commercial software is available with prices ranging from 99 cents for an app to hundreds of dollars for professional movie-making software and HD recording equipment. For most teachers starting out, there would be little or no expense. All they need to do is record what they want and upload it to a hosting location like YouTube. As explained earlier, the school district will often incur many of the costs related to the technology necessary. If you think that flipping your classroom is a viable option, start by talking with your administration and parents, along with your students. Tell them what your goal is, why you want to do this, what it will take on their part to make it work properly, and then plan what you want your video to look like and the content you want to deliver. After you've created the video, make it easy for the students to access it, and of course, follow up with students in the classroom afterwards to see if they understood the new content. Step 1. Start developing your flipped classroom by having an introduction to the model for both parents and students. In addition to why and how this will be implemented, include information like where the materials can be found and how to access them. And share this information with your parents on a back-to-school night or whenever you get a chance to meet them. Step 2. Remember, you can only keep the attention of your viewer for so many minutes. And because you want your video to be short, force yourself to be direct and get to the point. With this model, the students can watch it as many times as possible if they don't understand it right away. Avoid language that's difficult to understand or unnecessary, and try out a tool like Educanon and allow students to respond to the video and then track and see for yourself how they're doing. Step 3. To maximize success, students need easy access to the videos you create. While you can't put the internet into homes that don't have it, check with your students and see who will be affected and try to create innovative solutions. Encourage students and parents to access the schools or public resources. Make sure you post the videos on your classroom website or learning management system and create a framework that makes them easy to find. Step 4. The main reason that teachers like the flipped classroom model is there's much more active learning happening in front of his or her. As long as your students will do what you ask them to at home, they will love what their new classroom activities provide. Following a new video, check in with students to see what questions they have. Give them a topic from the content and ask them to discuss it. And following your check for understanding, provide them with projects, encourage them to collaborate with each other, and also encourage them to be creative. Students may not even realize it, but they'll be digging deeper than they ever have into the content. Here are some simple tools to get you started if you think that flipping your classroom is something that you want to further investigate. We hope that you learned a little something about flipping your classroom. We hope you give it a try. We think what you'll find is that it's a new, innovative solution to a lot of common problems that teachers have had for many years. Good luck and enjoy.